Story time with the Hailey Public Library. Our first story is called Outside, Inside. Outside, inside. Something strange happened on an unremarkable day just before the season changed. Everybody who was outside went inside. Everyone, everywhere, all over the world. Everyone just went inside and shut their doors and waited. Well, almost everyone. Some people needed to be where they needed to be. Outside, the sky was quiet, but the wind still blew, and the birds kept singing. Raccoons came out, and squirrels played in the streets. But the cars stayed away. The world felt a little different. Inside, we baked and cooked, made music and watched TV. We read and played games. Some of us worked a little, some of us worked a lot, and some of us couldn't work at all. We all felt a little different. Outside, there were fences, both real and pretend. Swings sat still and slides were lonely. Bells didn't ring and halls were empty. We had birthdays without parties. We shared words without sounds. Right there, those signs. And we reached each other without touching. The world was changing a tiny bit outside. Inside, we waited and we worried. We laughed and we cried, and we tried to breathe. We made things together and did things alone. We hoped and prayed and wished. We were all changing a tiny bit inside. Outside, the world kept growing. And inside, we kept growing too. So why did we all go inside? Well, there were lots of reasons, but mostly because everyone knew it was the right thing to do. On the outside, we are all different. But on the inside, we're all the same. And we remembered that soon spring would come. Inside and outside. The end. Our next story is called We Cant Hug. While we can't hug, Hedgehog and Tortoise were the best of friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug, but they weren't allowed to touch. "Don't worry," said Owl. "There are lots of ways to show someone you love them." Hedgehog tried to wave. That made Tortoise smile. Tortoise made a funny face. That made Hedgehog laugh. Hedgehog wrote a letter, and Tortoise wrote one back. And when Tortoise did a little dance, Hedgehog joined in too. Hedgehog blew a kiss across the gap between them. Tortoise saw it and caught it and kept it. And sent 3 back. Tortoise sang a song. Hedgehog played along. Then they both painted pictures so that everyone would know they were friends. Through rain and shine, they could not touch, they could not hug, but they both knew that they were loved. The end. Our last story for story time today is called Splish Splash Spring. Spring is here, isn't it? Splish Splash Spring. Spring is sloppy, so raindroppy. Stomp in the puddles, splash about. Sun comes peeking, hide and seeking. Days are playful, spring's a sprout. Chit chit cheeping, who's that peeping? Baby robins beg for bugs. Better dig one, get a big one. Grub up earthworms, slimy slugs. Hocus pocus, there's a crocus. Look at those. Plucky petals, brave the chill. Frilly silly, daffodilly, willy-nilly, down the hill. Kites are swooping, loop-de-looping, snapping, flapping. Look at me. Wind comes whipping, grip is slipping, tangle dangle up a tree. Boughs are blooming, so perfumey. Thunder threatens, skip skidoo. Race the raindrops, window pane drops. I picked posies just for you. Splish Splash Spring. Thanks for joining me for story time.